And the perspective is about industry-academia collaborations. So we can ask the question that why should industry collaborate with academia? And to many of you who are here in this room, you already have the answer to the question, but I would just like to try and add a few points of what is the motivation for industry to collaborate. So the first motivation is that you get access to the academic ecosystem, a vibrant ecosystem with young students, faculty members, a whole host of new ideas and new views which can enrich the industry. The second point is that you can have a role in shaping the future generations who will actually come in and support your industry, and you can actually see, you can together see what is it that you need for the future and help in actually designing and shaping the the future people who will run your industry. We also get access to the high-end characterization, fabrication and research facilities, some things that it may not make sense for you to invest in your own industry, but you could access that and work on this. There are several, you may have short-term and long-term problems, and you can get a new perspective on those problems by interfacing with students and researchers, and then you can actually get some different solutions. You could also use academia to upgrade the skill sets of your people. We could work together to design the new technologies and the new knowledge. You can also get access to what is happening around the world in cutting edge areas that may impact your industry in the future. So you can actually see that there are a number of things, and you may add to this list. This is something where we can see that there are multiple benefits that can come to industry. We of course know the benefits that will come to academia. I just like to again reiterate some of the things which Professor Khare mentioned. What are the modes of engagement that we have currently at IIT Delhi for industry? And in each of these we have successful examples. We have the possibility of, if you have a specific problem, you approach us, we identify a faculty member, and then that becomes like a consultancy project. Very clear cut, short term, focused, and we find you a solution. On the other hand, if you have a slightly longer term thing which is relevant for your industry, we can look at a longer term sponsored project. We can look at it jointly where your R&D and our faculty members and researchers work together, and that could be a second mode. You could sponsor students, and we have programs, we have the VDDT, the VLSI design, we have programs where the entire master's cohort is all working on sponsored projects. We could sponsor PhD, you could sponsor undergraduates, you can sponsor challenges, you can have your industry people, of course subject to our admission criteria, come and do the sponsored masters or sponsored PhD. We can think in terms of looking at supporting chairs in particular domains so that we can have a thrust for that domain. You could also have industry-sponsored centers of excellence where you interface with a domain and multiple faculty members. And then at the next level, we have a participation. You can actually be here at IIT Delhi. You can have your own office as the RNI part and get the benefit of our ecosystem. Then we can look at the triple helix. That means we look at industry, government, and academia, and we have examples of this where we look at leveraging some of the government funding and doing something for the long term. We can look at consortia of industries. You're competing, but you're also collaborating so that we look at research. So there are all these modes. We also have modes where we have professors of practice, people from industry who are interested also in academia come and spend some time with us, come as visiting faculty, come and speak to us, we work with students, and then we have ways in which we can have faculty members also visiting, being retainers for industry. So all of this is already there. In addition to this, if there is something that you envision, please talk to us. We are willing to start with new mechanisms. We believe that in order to fulfill our vision, where we are looking at excellence in academics, excellence in research, and then creating an impact for our academics and research in society and industry, which is our vision, we need to strongly interface and work with industry. In the last year, Professor Khare told you, we have about 350 crores or overall funding, out of which about 50 crores comes from industry. It's a growing number, but it's relatively a small number. And if we together are to see that India becomes Atmanirbhar and that we go towards a developed nation, we need to see that our industry is globally competitive, and we can work together to provide that edge through research and through research and development. And this is a challenge for all of us. It is going to be of mutual benefit. So I would like to end by welcoming you all